What's good, YouTube? This topic request was sent to me by Sugar77, and it is asking how do I feel about being tested before you give someone the business. Good question. There are a lot of people out there who are getting tested to be safe these days. You should be safe. Um, I think it's to each his own. If a person wants you to get tested, yes, you should. For yourself and for them, because you don't want to be passing on anything from some little whore that you were with. Um, just I don't think anybody should trip because you asked them for a test. Have I tested people in the past? You don't let me answer that. I've practiced safe sex. And of course, when you have children, you have your labs that you go through, so thank God for that. But that brings me to another subject, because a lot of people feel like lesbians are not at risk, and bisexual women, but mainly lesbians, are not at risk for having STDs because they have oral sex. Well, I pulled up some information from the King County Hospital, and that's in Seattle, and that is hospital is named after Martin Luther King, and they have an article that says, "Can women give other women STDs?" The answer is yes on the headline, and it reads, "There's a misconception among healthcare providers and women themselves that lesbian and bisexual women have little or no risk for STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. This myth is fueled by the lack of reliable studies of STD transmission in these communities. In fact, the risk of STD transmission between women varies significantly depending on the STD. Herpes, HPV, genital wart virus, and bacterial vaginosis are transmitted fairly easily between women during sex. HIV, hepatitis B, gonorrhea, and chlamydia are much less likely to be transmitted. The risk is low, but it's still possible. The majority of lesbian and bisexual women have or have had sex with men, and all STDs are easily transmitted from men to women during intercourse. Often STDs do not have symptoms, so it is possible for a woman to have become infected years ago and still harbor the infection. It's important that you share your particular sexual history with a GLBT-friendly healthcare provider who can advise you of the appropriate STD screening test for you. All women, including lesbian and bisexual women, need to receive regular Pap tests. HIV. Often people worry more about HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, than about any other STD. HIV is transmitted when infected sexual fluids or blood enter into another person's bloodstream. There are little research specifically concerning woman-to-woman transmission of HIV. It has been documented in several studies that women who have had sex only with other women and have not used intravenous drugs are at low risk for HIV. Although there are case reports of woman-to-woman transmission through oral sex or shared sex toys. Oral sex or shared sex toys. This is an uncommon transmission route. The risk of exposure to HIV in menstrual blood is not known, but could provide another means of transmission between women, meaning that for those of you who do keep on going with the sex like there's nothing wrong when someone is on their menstrual, please think about the fact that you could be giving yourself an STD or putting yourself at risk for an STD or for HIV, because HIV is transmitted through bodily fluids and blood. So you need to be careful. And going back to the subject, I think people should be tested. I think they should submit to testing if you ask them, and I don't think they should get mad. But how do I feel about it? I feel like it's a good idea. So, yeah. Whatever you can do to be safe, I'm with it.